Hello everyone, greetings from Modern in the Grid. We are back with yet another episode where we connect with the people who make difference to society, stand out, and are a source of inspiration to us all. My name is Prathamesh Masurkar, and today we have a very special guest, Miss Poonam Burde, who is the Deputy News Editor of the Times Now, uh, India's leading news channel. She started her career as a trainee journalist on the output desk of the channel for around 9 years and as a news anchor for 4 years. Hey, hi, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So it's a very privilege to have with you on our show. And thank you
It's
for
my pleasure. Thank you so
thank you
much for having me.
thank you. So let's get started. So can you elaborate about your early days?
So I started with journalism even before I actually started working. I was still in college. I was in Xavier's at the time in my senior college doing Bachelor of Arts. When a friend of mine who used to work with the campus edition of Lok Satta, it was called Campus Mood. Basically, it was a one page on every Sunday. That's how it all started for me. I started working with them. I worked with them for about 4 years or so on and off. It was not a full-time job. It was, we would meet once a week. We would write articles. Initially, we just had to pitch in ideas, go to events, write it, and then somebody else would copy edit for us. But then as we became more regular, we started doing that on our own. So we knew what a newspaper looked like, what went into before the newspaper went into print. So we sat and we designed the page, we decided which article went where and all of that. That really got me interested in actually doing the news. And at that time, I remember my boss at that time told me that, you have a great command on the English language. Yes, your Marathi is good, but if you really want to do this as a career, you should look at going into English because there is more growth there. You will see the rest of the country also. You will be able to travel more. It'll give you a better edge. And that sort of set up my future course of career, so to say. So after I graduated, I applied to multiple colleges for my postgrad. I went to Bangalore. I studied there for a year, and right out of college, I was placed with Times Now. And my first stint at Times Now was about 5.5 years. So that is a long time in a news organization. It's not something that people think is a long time in other fields, but in a news organization, we usually don't see people that stick around for so long because it's a highly stressful job. The work hours are crazy. You do not get weekends off. You don't get public holidays off. Most of your festivals are spent in office. So it's not as glamorous as people think it is, especially TV. The deadlines are crazy. There is a lot of pressure and you have to be extremely thick-skinned. So the early few years of my Times Now journey, so to say, had I not been living home with parents and had that buffer, I probably wouldn't have survived. A lot of my friends who joined but who were not from town, who were living by themselves, they couldn't cope up because you had 12 to 13 hour shifts, then you had to go back home and do everything at home as well, and they couldn't cope up with that. Because I had the buffer of living with parents and I didn't have to worry about what I did after work, I managed to stick around and I managed to excel, I believe. So that's really how it started.
Awesome. So how did you start with journalism? Like how did journalism work with you?
Like I said, it all actually started with Lok Satta. When I started writing for Lok Satta, it was just a hobby. It was side by side with college, so it wasn't really like a career move thing. I was still studying. So this was just something that I did maybe on the weekends or like once a week. So it really started by chance, so to say. But then as I did that more, I realized that this is something that I would want to do. I also saw myself as somebody who wouldn't be able to, stick to a 9 to 5 job. I'm really bad at math. So finance, accounting, all of that was something that I could not have chosen as a career because I don't think I have the aptitude for it. So once Lok Satta happened, I sort of figured that this is where I could excel. So that's how I decided that this would be the career path for me.
So, so what was it like your first ever day while as a career, your first day?
So my first day at Times Now really was very eventful. We were a batch of 14 people who had joined on the same day, and we were all freshers. We had come right out of college. All of us dressed in formals, didn't know how TV channels worked or what it was. There is no training in TV channels. There is no induction, so to say. They'll tell you the ropes. They'll tell you this is so and so. These are the people you'll work with. This is where you'll work, and that's about it. And then you're just thrown in the deep end. So you're in the middle of a newsroom where a lot is happening. People really don't have the time to sit with you and teach you things. A lot of them don't even have the patience because of the high pressure job that it is. And all of us were like, we don't know what to do. And we looked around, we picked up a few things, we saw how things were done, and we tried to cope up or take in as much as we could, learn as much as we could. And then at the end of the day, we were like, okay, it's about 7, so I think we're good, we can leave now. And like a whole batch of people from the new joinees had decided to leave. And that's when Arnab walks in and he was like, where do you think y'all are going? And they were like, oh, we've been here since 10, and it's not like anybody's teaching us anything, so we thought it was, let's call it a day. And then he was like, you guys are new here and you don't know how this works, but this is not a bank job. You don't have a shift as such, so you can't just get up and leave. This is when prime time begins. This is when the action really happens. This is when you work your most part of the day for the evening. So you can't just get up and leave. And for us, that was just like, the first time we were actually in a newsroom and we were told, what, you've come here now, but you can't go home anytime soon. So that's really how it started.
We would like to know about your personal experience in journalism that is left a last time impression on you.
I don't know if I can recall one such event, so to say, that had a lasting impression. There are several actually. We've worked on several things that have, all-nighters and weekends, and your offs have been cancelled. Like on election days, we work like 16 hours. You go at 6 in the morning and you're there till like evening, late evening. And as you become, as you grow up the ladder, so to say, then your responsibilities increase. So you're there even longer. There have been times when I remember when Jayalalitha died, and it happened late at night. So we were there through the night at work because that was something that was expected out of us. Like we were supposed to be there. The same with a lot of these terror attacks that have happened in the last couple of years, or the airstrikes have happened, a lot of them. So I don't know if I can recall one such event that had a lasting impression, but a whole lot of them have had, a change, so to say, on my mental being as well, the way I process things. We become very desensitized about a lot of things because we see so much, like death and rape and all of that. And there are days when you're just talking about that. There's really nothing good that you're talking about. So, yeah, so there are a lot of things that leave a lasting impression on you.
So what was like your experience working with Mr. Arnab Goswami like? On Times Now.
Yeah, whatever I know today or whatever I have learned it from him, is what I'd like to think. He was a very tough taskmaster. He would make people cry. He's made me cry on multiple occasions, and like not even privately, in the middle of the newsroom. He can be very, very nasty. But it's also a learning curve. So if you are really thick-skinned and you can take it and you're determined to do it, then you will push on, which is what I thought I did. So that was appreciated. On a couple of occasions, Arnab himself has personally, appreciated the things I have done, the things I've written, or the way I've presented stuff. He has been very encouraging at times, which helped, of course. And he was a very hands-on boss. So even when we were just new in the newsroom or in the industry, he never treated us like, I'm not going to speak to you because I'm your super boss. He was a very hands-on boss. So he was always around. He was always in the newsroom. So yeah, he was a tough taskmaster, but I learned what I learned because of him.
What is the most difficult moment while you have to face in journalism?
The most difficult moment I haven't faced as such, but there are a lot of moral dilemmas that people have. A certain times you believe in certain things, you have a certain ideology or beliefs that you have, but if the channel or your publication has a certain editorial bent that that you don't agree with, but you still have to do it because that's your job and you get paid for doing that. So that gets difficult for some people sometimes. I haven't faced it as such, but yeah.
So, if you weren't been in the journalism field, then what profession would you have been choosing?
Honestly, I don't know. I have done this for so long now. It'll be 10 years for me in this industry in May this year. So I've done this for so long. I feel like this is all I know. This is all the skill that I have. So honestly, if you ask me what else I would want to do, I'm not sure. But when I was in college, there was before the whole Lok Satta and journalism thing happened, I really wanted, actually, when I was in school, I really wanted to be a fashion designer. So maybe if I had the opportunity, I could try my hand at that.
So, we also know that you love to travel a lot.
Yeah.
So what is like you love to be like want to do something in the travel field or something?
Oh, I would love it. I would totally love it if I could, travel and get paid for doing that. So if I get a job in the industry, that would be amazing. Uh, but yeah, like I like seeing places. I like doing things that, when I'm outside, when I'm traveling, I like to make the most of my day. And if I could chronicle that or write about it, that would be something that I would love to do.
So if you have to guide any future, like any youngsters who want to join for this journalism industry, so like for news reporters or any other things, what kind of advice would you like to give them?
It's not a glamorous job. It's a lot of hard work. You have to put in a lot of hours. It is extremely the pressure is a lot, so you have to be able to take it. You have to be extremely thick skinned because people can be really nasty. But if that is something that gives you joy of doing it, if you like doing it, then that is the place for you. Like I have worked for, like I said, 16 hours a day also, and I don't regret it. I haven't yet felt like this is not what I want to do. So if this is something that you really want to do, then you should go for it. You should put in the hard work because it gets better with years. It's just the first few years that are grueling, that you feel like you are free labor to some people, but it's not. All of it is a learning curve, and it changes you as a person. It makes you a better person as well. So you just have to push through if that is what you want to do.
The last is, do you have any upcoming projects or something would you like to share?
No, not really. No projects as such, but we are in an election years. And anchor also, I do a few long format shows. So that is something that I'm looking forward to in the next few months when we have assembly elections in the few states. So I'd like to do, half an hour special broadcast shows for the weekend that we run on the channel.
Well, thank you so much, ma'am, for being a part of our show. It was a great privilege to have with you.
Thank you so much. It was great speaking with you.
Before you leave, where can the people can find you on social media, like if they want to follow you?
They can follow me on Instagram. They can follow me on Facebook or Twitter. They can find me with Poonam Burde.
You can find us on Order of the Grid, which is on Instagram, and you can also follow us on YouTube and SoundCloud. Make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe. So thank you, Poonam. Your success story will inspire a lot of many youngsters to choose journalism as their career and reach out for the stars. Here's wishing you every success in your endeavors. This is Prathamesh Masurkar from Order of the Grid signing off. Thank you.